Welcome back. Today is Monday, February the 18th, and I am posting the first update I've posted in probably 7 or 8 weeks. I've been very busy. I've been very sick, and honestly, I just did not feel like posting any videos. I wasn't feeling it, but I have a lot to share, so I'm going to try to get this all in one video, but kind of wrap up for back up to when I last posted. When I last posted, I'd been home for a little while, and I was going to try to vlog every day, but I just couldn't. I just didn't have the energy to do it. But I am back, and I'm going to be uploading. I probably have about 20 cooking and baking videos that I need to edit and upload. So I'll probably start working on those this week. I'm definitely going to have one up either Wednesday or Thursday. It's a lasagna soup, so be looking for that. But anyhow, I'm just going to make time to do it because I'm feeling a lot better. So a little bit, I really can't remember what I shared in other videos, so I may be repeating myself. But the disease I have is called Wegener's granulomatosis, or GPA vasculitis. It's not curable, but it can go into remission. It affects my kidneys and my lungs, and some people it affects their joints. Thankfully, it has not affected my joints. I had bursitis in my knee about 3 years ago. Horrible, horrible pain. I just thank God that it never went to my joints, because there's nothing I can take other than Tylenol. And Tylenol is not going to help with that. So anyhow, my lungs are healed. I went to the pulmonologist the end of December, and my lungs have completely healed. When I was in the hospital, they were full of blood, and I was on oxygen for about probably 10 or 11 days. Then, excuse my dog, she's a moron. I found out a month ago that there's something wrong with my heart. The doctor I go to, his name is Dr. Patel, and Dr. Patel said the reason I'm so tired and I get so winded is because my heart is weakened. I thought it was just from the kidneys and the chemo, and some of it is from that, but a vast majority of it is from my heart. I had to have an echocardiogram done 2 weeks ago tomorrow, and I've had lab work done. I actually went this morning and had it redone because I needed it done again. And I see the doctor tomorrow, but he told me he was going to fix me. Now, I went to my general practice doctor a couple weeks ago, and she did a chest x-ray, and she told me it shows my heart's enlarged. And the other thing is that I have a very rapid heart rate. I noticed when I was getting the echocardiogram, and I'm just laying there not doing anything, and I'd been laying there for some time before she came in, so I had rested, and my resting heart rate was going between 105 and 111, which is extremely high for not doing anything. And so she put me on a medication that I take twice a day to lower my heart rate. And I've definitely felt better since I've been on that. So anyways, I go back tomorrow to see Dr. Patel and kind of figure out what's going on. He is afraid there may be fluid on my heart. But if that's the case, which that would be congestive heart failure, there's medications that I can take, and he's going to fix me. He told me he would, and I trust he will. I had to start going to a gastro doctor because I've lost 60 pounds since November. That's a great deal of weight to lose in a short amount of time, because I was throwing up just about everything I ate, and I was constantly nauseated, and nothing helped. They gave me 3 prescriptions, different. They gave me Zofran, Phenergan, and something else that is very strong. It actually treats schizophrenia as well. And I always knew it was crazy, but none of it touched it. I got CBD oil, and that helped, but it still didn't take it away. So they put me on Protonix because the oncologist told me it's definitely not the chemo causing that. The chemo will make me tired, make me sick and nauseated, but it's only for a day or two. And so I went to the gastro doctor last Thursday, and he scheduled an endoscopy for Friday, which I'm kind of nervous about. They put you under, but it's still, it's pretty, it's scary. Now, I don't normally Google things because I know if I Google things, I will freak myself out. I've not Googled anything about my heart because I'll convince myself that I'm having a heart attack. But I did Google the symptoms of my stomach problems, and one of the things is that I'm not digesting food like normal. Like my last time I threw up was last Tuesday, so on the 12th. And I threw up at 4 in the morning, and I threw up my dinner, and I know this is gross, but the reason I know it was my dinner is because I could taste it. It was chicken pot pie, plus I hadn't ate anything after that. I ate chicken pot pie and ate a cookie. Our friend Janet made them, and she makes the best monster cookies. And so I ate chicken pot pie and ate a cookie. And when I threw up at 4 in the morning, about 9 hours later, that's what I threw up. And so he said that should have passed through my stomach long before that. So he's a little bit concerned as to why I'm holding on to my food too long. I'm not digesting like I should. So anyhow, I did Google that, and I found something that sounds like I might have it. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor, but Google is a lot of times right. But anyways, what I think it is, I think it's called gastrophoresis. I think that's right. But anyways, I had all the symptoms of it except for I don't have a bloated stomach. But I have all the nausea, the vomiting, the heartburn, some other things. And so anyways, I get the endoscopy done Friday, and hopefully they'll figure out what's going on with my stomach and can get that fixed. The Protonix has definitely helped, but I still, I don't always feel very good. I definitely get nauseated more, but I'm not thrown up, so I'm grateful for the break. I'm still incredibly weak, incredibly tired, but I got some amazing news I want to share. Now, if you're my friend on Facebook, you saw this, but of course, the vast majority are not. And I'm going to start a blog. And when I start the blog, I'll link it actually below in this video. So what my good news is on Friday, my dialysis clinic called me. And she told me that I don't have to come back to dialysis. And I was so shocked. I was like, really? And then I kept thinking, well, she's got the wrong person, because they didn't think my kidneys were going to get any better. And, I was about 2 weeks away from being chronic kidney failure. Right now, I was considered acute. Once I moved to chronic, then I can get on the transplant list. And so, we talked about it and what that entails. And so, anyways, they called, told me that. And so I was so excited when I hung up, I cried. And then I called my husband to let him know. And then she called me back, and I thought, oh gosh, she must have made a mistake. It's not me. And I was telling her, I was so excited, and she said, well, she was calling back to let me know she was getting ready to leave for the day, and she was going to get my medicine called in because they put me back on the prednisone. And so she wanted to let me know that she called my medicine in, and she told me that Dr. Rui said my kidneys have healed, which I, in a million years, never thought that was going to happen. And I, honest to God, believe it was a miracle. We've been praying about it, and I've never really prayed specifically for God to heal my kidneys. I just prayed for this to go into remission. And I've got people all over the world praying for me. And I firmly believe that he answered that prayer. And I'm still in shock. I still cannot believe it. On a Saturday morning, I kept waiting for them to call me, ask me where I was at. But it's amazing. And thing, it's just, I'm back to, not to be gross, but I'm back to peeing like normal. Um, I was peeing once or twice a day, mostly 2 times a day, but sometimes I'd only pee once a day. But now I'm back to peeing, 7 or 8 times, 3 times in the night because I'm an old lady. And when you get old and you're a woman, you pee a lot in the night. And it irritates the stew out of me, but I remind myself that's a good thing. And so, anyways, they told me that. So that's wonderful news. So my lungs have healed, my kidneys have healed. Now I'm working on going into remission. Like I said, they put me back on the prednisone. I'm on 15 milligrams, and I'm waiting for my face to swell up from it because that's what it'll do. But I'll take a fat face any day if it's going to help me. I do 15 milligrams until the end of this month, and then I drop down to 12.5 milligrams. I'll do that from March through the end of May. And then in June, they'll drop me to 10 milligrams a day. But I found out I've had 5 rounds of chemo. I've lost about half my hair. You can't really tell that I've lost it. Of course, I know. I can see it. My husband can see it. My daughter can see it. But it's much, much thinner. I have very thick hair, and it's very thin. The good thing about being thin, I can straighten it in about, a minute. It used to take me about 15 minutes to straighten it every time, and now it takes me about a minute. So that was really hard. My hair started falling out after the second round of chemo, and I had a meltdown. And that's the only time my son's ever seen me melt down. And I was actually going to shave it off and donate it, but I thought, it got right up to the time I was supposed to do it, and I was like, I can't do it. I cannot bring myself to do it. So I'm really glad I kept my hair. It'll come back, eventually, all the way. But the other thing is, once I'm done with the chemo I'm on now, which is called Cytoxan, then that'll be done. I think May 25th, I'll actually start another round of chemo, different drug, and I really can't remember what he told me it was. I'm going to ask him again when I see him. I'm supposed to see him in March, but I may end up seeing him before then. It's the kidney doctor. So anyhow, the prednisone and the chemo is what will knock this into remission. I will never heal from this, but I can go into remission. And the best I've found from research, and I've joined a group on Facebook that is people who have Wegener's or their caregivers, which has been nice to know that I'm not alone, is you generally will go into remission for like 10 to 12 years. Is kind of what I've gathered from research. I mean, you can go into remission up to 20 years, but I'm just thankful, I'll be thankful to have 10 years, a year, whatever it takes, And it also seems to me, from what I've researched, it takes about a year to put it into remission. So I'm hoping before then, but, I'm patient if nothing else. So I'm trying to think. I've got a lot to share. I talked about the cardiologist. I talked about the gastro doctor. I have chemo again next Friday. I go on Wednesdays to do my blood work and see the oncologist, and then on Fridays I do the chemo. But it's not been bad. I don't go anywhere other than the doctors, dialysis and chemo, except for on Thursdays. My neighbor Pam, she picks me up, and we always go out for lunch. We usually go somewhere that is a little nicer. I won't go to like fast food, but we go to, it's not expensive, but it's a nice little deli, and it's never very busy, and it's more higher end people. There's not like a lot of children there. Not that there's anything wrong with kids, but I can't be too careful. I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to Kroger. First and foremost, I don't have the energy to walk around, and I'm not going to get in one of those little carts and then, excuse my language, have somebody think, well, what's that fat ass doing in that? It's not because I'm lazy, it's because I can't walk any distance. But I did go to Walgreens Saturday night and got some things I needed. And my husband, I had him get them. I'd tell him what I wanted, then he'd pick it up. And I wore my mask. And then we went to dinner. Saturday night for a date night, which was nice because it's been a long time since we went out anywhere. You know, I'm just so particular about where I go. And I did go to church on Sunday. That was the first time I'd been to church in 14 weeks. I went to church every week. I went every Saturday, or Sunday, and every Wednesday night. So it's been hard for me not to go, but right now in the throes of flu season, I can't risk it. But I felt like I needed to go and praise God in His house for performing the miracle He performed. And we sent out an email and put it on our Facebook page for the church that, no one can touch me, hug me, kiss me, anything, because I have no immune system. But it worked out perfectly. I was able to talk to my friends and my family, saw my nieces and my nephew, and it was good. And I got to go back and talk to the kids in the Kid Zone and thank them for praying for me and share my story with them. And I want them to understand that prayer works and that God answers all prayers. Yes, no, or not right now. And so definitely I was thankful for that, and I wanted them to hear that story, and I hope it's something that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. But I think that's probably about it for now. I know I've rambled on for almost 17 minutes, but I really appreciate everybody. I appreciate the kind words and the messages that I've been receiving. I'm very, very grateful for that. I'm grateful to have you guys in my life. Definitely going to try to get some videos uploaded. One or two. I'd like to do 2 a week, but I may only do 1 a week. It's not hard. It's something I'll have to do on my laptop, and so it's a little bit more work than just doing it from my phone. But I just really appreciate each one of you guys, and I really hope you guys have a great day. And remember, not every day is good, but there's something good in every day. And I firmly believe that. There are days the only good thing that happened was I woke up. But you know what? That was a good thing. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you later.